Ever wondered if a machine can make a moral decision? This thought-provoking question invites us to explore the fascinating and complex world of artificial intelligence, or AI, as we commonly know it. AI is not just a buzzword for the tech-savvy, it has permeated every facet of our lives, from mundane tasks like shopping recommendations to intricate procedures like medical diagnoses. It's like the air we breathe, omnipresent yet unnoticed. As we embrace this technological evolution, we are met with a new frontier that goes beyond codes and algorithms. The ethical implications of AI have started to surface, nudging us to ponder: can a machine distinguish right from wrong? Can it empathize? Can it make decisions that uphold the principles of fairness, transparency, and accountability? The rise of AI brings to the fore ethical dilemmas that were once exclusive to the realm of human cognition. When an autonomous vehicle makes a split-second decision, it's not just about avoiding a collision, it's about choosing between potential outcomes, each with its own moral implications. Or consider facial recognition technology. It's not just about identifying a face in a crowd, it's about privacy, consent, and the potential for misuse. These examples underscore the importance of discussing AI ethics. In a society that is increasingly reliant on AI, these discussions are no longer the domain of philosophers or tech experts alone. They concern us all. Technology, after all, is a reflection of the society that creates it. If we want our AI systems to uphold our values, we need to embed those values into their design. So, as we delve deeper into the world of AI, the question of ethics becomes increasingly significant. It's not just about what AI can do, but also about what it should do. As we stand on the brink of this new frontier, we must ensure that our AI systems are not just intelligent, but also ethical. After all, they are extensions of us, and they should reflect the best of who we are and what we stand for. As we delve deeper into the world of AI, the question of ethics becomes increasingly significant. Artificial intelligence, a boon or a bane? Let's explore. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is like a new power tool. Used correctly, it can dramatically improve efficiency and productivity. Imagine a world where AI systems can predict natural disasters, providing us with early warnings to evacuate and save lives. Consider healthcare, where AI can analyze patient data to detect diseases at their earliest stages, or even predict them before they occur. But just like any power tool, AI can also be misused or mishandled. There's the concern of job displacement, as AI systems become increasingly capable of performing tasks once reserved for humans. From manufacturing to customer service, sectors across the board are feeling the impact. Then there's the elephant in the room: privacy. In an era where data is the new oil, AI systems are often built to collect and analyze vast amounts of personal information. This opens up a Pandora's box of potential privacy invasion. After all, who watches the watchmen? This brings us to the ethical dilemmas of AI. On one hand, we have the potential to create systems that can make our lives easier and safer. On the other hand, we have the risk of creating systems that could invade our privacy, take our jobs, or even be used maliciously. Take the example of autonomous weapons. These AI systems can make split-second decisions on the battlefield, potentially saving human lives, but what happens when an autonomous weapon makes a mistake? Who's responsible? The programmer, the operator, the machine itself? These are questions we need to answer as we step further into the age of AI. We also need to consider the issue of bias. AI systems learn from data, and if that data is biased, the AI will be too. This can lead to unfair decisions, from hiring practices to law enforcement. The double-edged sword of AI presents us with both opportunities and challenges. As we continue to explore this frontier, we need to ensure we're considering the ethical implications of our creations. After all, with great power comes great responsibility. How do you regulate something you can't even see? It's a question that's been buzzing around in the world of artificial intelligence. You see, the nature of AI, being largely invisible and intangible, presents a unique set of challenges when it comes to regulation. Firstly, there's the issue of accountability. If an AI system makes a decision that has adverse consequences, who's to blame? The AI itself, the developers who built it, or the company that deployed it? It's a tangled web that needs unraveling. Then there's the question of transparency. AI systems often operate as black boxes with their internal workings hidden from view. This makes it difficult to understand how they make decisions, which can lead to bias, discrimination, and other ethical issues. We need to ensure that these systems are not only smart but also transparent so we can keep them in check. And let's not forget about fairness. AI has the potential to exacerbate inequalities if not properly regulated. We need to make sure that AI systems are designed to be fair, treating all people equally, regardless of their race, gender, or socioeconomic status. But how do we tackle these challenges? Well, it's not something that can be achieved by a single entity. It requires global cooperation. Governments, corporations, and individuals all have a role to play in shaping the ethics of AI. Governments need to set the legal framework, ensuring that AI is used responsibly and that there are penalties for misuse. Corporations, on the other hand, must ensure that their AI systems are developed and used ethically, prioritizing transparency and fairness over profit. Lastly, as individuals, we need to stay informed, aware, and actively participate in the discourse on AI ethics. Regulating AI is a complex task, but it is crucial to ensure a fair and just digital future. It's a journey we're all on together, and it's one that's going to shape the very fabric of our society. So, let's roll up our sleeves and get to work, shall we? Now, let's look at some real-world examples where AI ethics come into play. First, consider the widely used facial recognition technology. It presents a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas. While it simplifies tasks like unlocking our phones or tagging friends in photos, it also raises grave concerns about privacy and consent. Imagine walking down the street, knowing that every security camera can identify you, track your movements, and perhaps even predict your behavior. This is not science fiction, but a reality in some parts of the world. Some cities and organizations are responding by banning or restricting the use of this technology, but is that enough? And what about the places where such regulations don't exist? Moving on to another thought-provoking example, autonomous weapons, also known as killer robots. They are designed to make life or death decisions without human intervention. The ethical implications are staggering. On one hand, they could potentially minimize human casualties in conflict zones. On the other, they open up a can of worms regarding accountability. If something goes wrong, who is to blame? The robot? The programmer? The commander who deployed the robot? International bodies like the United Nations are grappling with these questions, advocating for strict regulations or even outright bans. Lastly, let's talk about social media algorithms. They decide what content we see, shaping our perceptions of reality. These algorithms can create echo chambers where we're only exposed to viewpoints similar to our own, leading to increased polarization in society. They can also perpetuate bias and discrimination, as they often base their decisions on historical data which may be biased itself. Tech companies are under increasing pressure to make these algorithms more transparent and accountable. These examples show that the ethical issues surrounding AI are not just theoretical, but very real and present in our world today. They underline the urgent need for a global conversation about AI ethics, involving everyone from policymakers and technologists to everyday users of technology. After all, the future of AI is not just about what we can do, but also about what we should do. So where do we go from here? It's a question that often pops up when we're exploring the terrain of artificial intelligence and ethics. We've seen the good, the bad, and everything in between. Now it's time to ponder on the road ahead. To shape an ethical AI future, we need a mix of education, awareness, ethical guidelines, and ongoing dialogue. Why? Let's break it down. Firstly, education and awareness. We need to understand what AI is, and more importantly, what it isn't. It's not a magic bullet, nor is it a dystopian nightmare. It's a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or ill. The more we know about it, the better we can use it responsibly. Next, ethical guidelines. These are like the guardrails on a highway, guiding AI development and use in the right direction. Guidelines such as transparency, fairness, accountability, and respect for human rights should be at the forefront. They help ensure AI doesn't veer off into dangerous territory. But these guidelines aren't static. They evolve as our understanding of AI grows. That's where ongoing dialogue comes into play. It's through conversations, debates, and discussions that we refine our guidelines and push the boundaries of what's possible in AI. And now, you might be thinking that that's all well and good, but what can I do? Well, a lot, actually. It starts with individual responsibility. We all have a role to play in shaping an ethical AI future. It could be as simple as staying informed about AI developments, or as involved as advocating for ethical AI practices in your workplace or community. In the end, an ethical AI future isn't something that just happens. It's something we create together. It's a journey filled with challenges, opportunities, and lots of learning. But it's a journey worth taking. As we move forward, it is up to each of us to ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically for the benefit of all. Because after all, the future of AI is the future of us.